Today on MHK All Day, with COVID-19 interrupting supply chains in numerous industries, we explored what that meant for a pair of Manhattan restaurants. With many construction projects in progress in the city, we spoke about the impact of the work with residents and city officials. We also took a look at the newest Apple lineup of products. I'm Logan Mance. Thanks for tuning in to MHK All Day this week. If you've driven around Manhattan lately, you have surely run into some of the numerous orange cone zones across town. With all the construction occurring in the city, I spoke with residents and officials about how it's impacting their commutes and the budget. Times like this, getting around Manhattan might take longer than expected due to construction projects. This is an added stress to the Manhattan's budget and Manhattan residents trying to get around town.
Closing the lane every day is a tough situation. There's a lot of cars coming through, and then having the other way, having that lane closed is tough coming from the engineering building or anything like that. So I mean, the construction's been tough.
A misconception in construction that they can just speed the process up whenever. But Robert Ott, Public Works Director, said it is more complicated than that.
How that is, everyone thinks we should be able to do everything in 3 months.
Right.
That is not realistic. You know, our prices would be through the roof. So, you know, they say there's only 3 things you can have to a project. You can only have 2 of them. You can either have, you know, a low price, you can have high quality, or you can have it fast, but you can only have 2 of them. So if you try and make things go faster, it's going to cost you more money. If you go too fast, you know, you can have poor quality issues as well with your contractors. So a lot of these projects, we try to be comprehensive. And I think that's what a lot of people don't realize.
The City Commission believes that they expect annual debt payments to rise within the next few years. Ron Fear, city manager, says all the big projects going on in Manhattan have varying schedules and sources of revenue.
All of them have their own schedule. Most of them are in construction phasing, and all of them have varying sources of revenue. So, for example, the recreation centers on the bond issue. One of the things that we did was we accumulated cash on an annual basis. So we're pretty much doing a pay-as-you-go provision. So I think of the 17 million in project award today, I think we've got about 12.5 million in cash sitting there. So one of the things we've, by the end of the project, we think we'll have close to being able to pay those projects in cash and not debt service them all.
The Manhattan City Commission is considering asking voters to approve a sales tax renewal in November. Robert Ott talks about the groundwork of the proposal.
Like I said, there's 3 main components to it, and it is on the November ballot. Probably the biggest component is infrastructure. Yeah, I think it's like 65% or so of that bill. That would then go towards improvements throughout the community and stuff, as well as a percentage was going to go towards housing and trying to address some issues there, as well as EcoDevo for incentives for job creation.
This is a 0.5 sales tax that would go into effect on January 1st, 2023, after the current tax expires. If voters vote yes, it would be the sales tax for another 10 years.
The general election is set for Tuesday, November 3rd. The last day to register to vote is coming up on October 13th. Advanced and mail-in voting begins October 14th. Each year, almost 9 billion cases of food leave distributor warehouses and make their way up to restaurants. Up till recent months, MHK All Day reporter Katie Fink has the story.
The COVID-19 pandemic has plowed through the agriculture industry. You may have noticed grocery store shelves looking a little bare in recent months. What you may not have noticed is the silent struggle of small kitchens in communities like Manhattan. Major food distributors are responsible for transporting goods to restaurants and retailers multiple times a week. When the pandemic hit the Midwest, it became increasingly harder to get product that was once previously available. TJ Keys, a Manhattan kitchen manager, says due to the rarity of their product, a single outbreak can have serious consequences.
The meat itself became so scarce because, there's only one distributor in America that actually creates the steak that we use. So when they're having issues keeping up with their quotas, our steak is one of the first things that get cut from their manufacturing line. And then obviously with COVID, people getting sick, if they don't have the staff to produce it, then that's one of the things that just gets cut.
With the layoffs of hundreds of delivery drivers all across the country by food distributors, local kitchens must order in advance or order more product than they normally would to risk not running out. During the early months of the pandemic, items like beef and cheese were much harder to come by than they normally would be.
They had a bunch of cases, so they had to shut down that plant for a while. So that made the price of their hamburger like more than double. So we were paying like $7-8 a pound for it whenever we were normally paying like $2.50.
Kitchens also had trouble getting non-food products at the same time the rest of the United States was. Availability of things like toilet paper and bleach became another struggle for small businesses.
We did run out of toilet paper, and paper towels were two things that were really hard to get. That was hard to get everywhere, but we were smart and we ordered a bunch ahead of time, so we didn't ever run into a problem with that. So
while some corporate restaurants are having the same issues, the product scarcity has hit small businesses the hardest.
From March to now, it's been a really rough road. I will say that.
Both kitchen managers say they were glad to be able to keep their jobs during the pandemic, as others in the area were not so lucky. In Manhattan, Katie Fink, MHK All Day.
According to distributor Cisco's website, the company said it's aggressively pursuing steps to ensure its financial stability and liquidity at this time. After a long and exciting wait, Apple held their annual Apple event. After presenting new products and services through a live stream at their headquarters, reporter Daisy Hagedorn recaps the event.
Every September, Apple showcases the newest models of iPhones, iPads, and Apple Watches at its live event. The live stream started off with a brand new Apple Watch Series 6 and Apple Watch SE. The new and improved Apple Watches added new colors, brighter displays, watch faces, and blood oxygen level meters. The Series 6 watch uses an infrared light to shine on your wrist, then measures the amount of light reflected back. The collected data allows the watch to calculate your oxygen levels in just 15 seconds. Along with the watch, Apple introduced Fitness Plus. The new service allows users to choose a guided workout with a professional trainer.
You can do the workouts with any brand of equipment, and many of the workouts require just a set of dumbbells or no equipment at all. Each week, our incredible trainer team will deliver a wide variety of workouts from the Fitness Plus studio to help keep you engaged.
With the new watch and Fitness Plus, you'll need Apple One. This service gives users Apple Music, TV Plus, Arcade, and 50 gigabytes of iCloud storage for just $15 per month. The premier version of Apple One adds 2 terabytes of iCloud storage, Apple News Plus, and Fitness Plus for just $30 per month.
Apple One will be available this fall, and it includes 30 days free, so you can try any of the services you don't already have.
Apple ended the live stream with the newest iPad lineup. The iPad Air was redesigned with an improved display. In addition to upgrading the display, it also features the A14 Bionic chip.
Our latest A-series processor, A14 Bionic. A14 Bionic includes a big update to our CPU. A14 also features our newest GPU architecture. So that's the new A14 Bionic. It delivers big performance updates for the CPU and GPU, makes iPad Air much more powerful for machine learning, and also features the latest ISP for higher quality videos and photos, and even faster Secure Enclave for Touch ID.
While Apple hasn't released the iPhone 12, it's rumored to be introduced to users towards the beginning to middle of October. One feature the iPhone will have is a LiDAR sensor, which will give your pictures better depth of field and color range. Videos on iPhones get an upgrade with 4K video at 240 frames per second. Perfect for videoing sports, family occasions, or any fun slow motion video you want. In Manhattan, I'm Daisy Hagedorn, MHK All Day.
That's all for this week. Follow us or subscribe on your platform of choosing. Stay up to date on our latest stories. Join us next Friday, and thanks for watching.